Hey YouTube, there's some new information about upcoming changes and DLCs to Oxygen Not Included, directly from Klei, the developer. We have a wide variety of stuff to talk about, from quality of life improvements, to new buildings, updates to the Frosty Planet pack, a free weekend coming up on Steam, bug fixes, and the big one, a new DLC. So, let's go through what's new, what's updated, and what to expect from the DLC. So first of all, if you're new to Oxygen Not Included, or if you don't yet own the game, from November 21st to the 25th, you'll be able to play the base game for free on Steam. This is a great opportunity. If you're not sure about playing it, you can pick it up for free and try it out. Also, the entire Oxygen Not Included universe, including the base game, Spaced Out DLC, and the Frosty Planet pack, will be on sale until December the 4th. Now, there's a new free update which will include new buildings, the first of which will be a canister drainer and bottle drainer, which will allow bottled gases and bottled liquids to be released directly into connecting pipes. This is a very cool and much needed feature that allows you to better manage your bottled consumables rather than dumping it into a room or a pit and then using a gas pump or a liquid pump to move it into a pipe. There will also be a bottle filler which will autofill piped liquids for storage. This is similar to the gas canister that's already available. These updates are available right now. As for the quality of life improvements, schedules are getting overhauled. So right now schedules are more of a set it and forget it system. Although the way we work with schedules is not very intuitive, it gets the job done for exactly what you need to do. However, if you have a base with many duplicants, let's say as many as 10 or up to 100, you may consider splitting up your duplicants into several groups so there's always someone awake to deal with emergencies. Whether that's to keep the power on, keep the water flowing, keep your crops growing, or just in general, keep the base running. It's also useful to split up your duplicants into groups so they don't all try to use the washrooms at the same time when it's break time. Well, Klei has revamped the schedules and they will allow you to have flexible shifting and swapping of schedule blocks, and also have multi-schedule cycles. Duplicants were also made to be smarter. There are backend updates to the code which will force duplicants to faster reassign their current task, which should result in less idling, especially on late game saves where your duplicants are getting stuck in idle, which can be quite annoying. They also made an update to blueprints, increasing the drop and recycle rate, giving you more chances to customize your colony. The updates to the Frosty Planet pack is a new Regal Mammoth morph. This critter will consume squash fries and grow a gold amalgam crest, which you can harvest. This is a great update that will allow you to harvest gold where it is otherwise very difficult to obtain. There are also expanded diets for several critters that allow them to better adapt to the DLC shuffled worlds of the Frosty Planet pack. And finally, there is a new mini asteroid cluster for the Spaced Out DLC, so check that out if you haven't played Spaced Out in a while. There are also dozens of bug fixes for all versions of the game. Some of them are more significant than others, such as the temperature miscalculations being fixed for debris and storage items not updating correctly, and sublimating materials like oxalite now emit gas without deleting their mass. There are many other bug fixes included, so go check out the link in the description on Klei's official forum for a complete list, as there are just way too many to go through. Klei is also looking out for the modders and the people who enjoy using developers' mods. If one of your mods is incompatible with new bug fixes or the new free DLC, you can opt to the previous update branch temporarily while you wait for the developers of these mods to catch up and push updates to your game. Now finally, let's get into the big one, the DLC. This DLC promises to change how you play the game of Oxygen Not Included, which, apart from different asteroids and environments that your dupes face, has largely been the same. It's called the Bionic Booster pack. This DLC will introduce new Bionic Duplicants, or otherwise known as Robotic Duplicants, also portable power banks, and buildings that allow duplicants at one end of planetoids to operate machinery at the other end, and much more. Now, Bionic Duplicants sounds like a really cool idea and a fun way to play the game, and strategize how you will build your colony. There are several gameplay mechanics and strategies that you'll have to shift. These duplicants surely won't require food, so your food production will be a lot lower than if you have a colony full of regular duplicants. However, they will run on electricity, and as a consequence, you will need to produce more power to keep them functional. This is also where the balance of your colony comes in. Maybe you don't want to focus on critters and farming as much as you normally would, so you can opt to simply produce more power to keep the bionic duplicants running instead. The bionic duplicants will likely not need to use washrooms in the same way that our regular duplicants would. Perhaps they'll need regular maintenance or cleaning to keep their parts in good shape rather than using the washroom. And although they most likely won't breathe air in the same way that duplicants do, it's likely that there'll still be a resource that you'll have to maintain for them. Perhaps this will be similar to Atmos suits, where you have to recharge them after usage, except the bionic duplicants will have a much larger capacity of oxygen relative to their functionality. Maybe docking them to charge their battery and their oxygen supply will be the equivalent to regular duplicants sleeping. It's also very likely that you can level them up in the same way that you can regular duplicants, but there probably won't be a similar skill tree. It would seem to make sense that bionic duplicants can only be leveled up through changing parts or performing research and updating their internal computer. Now, of course, all of this is just speculation, as none of it is officially confirmed. However, with the latest patch, there have been some data miners on Reddit that have found these details and decided to share it with the community. So, while these details are not officially confirmed, I will say that they're still speculation because a lot can change until the DLC is released. I would still believe that these are speculations that are reasonable, considering that the bionic duplicants cannot be infinitely better in the way that they function versus regular duplicants. Otherwise, there would be no reason to take regular duplicants from the printing pod. There has to be an offset and a negative impact and a negative tax on your colony in some way to take these bionic duplicants on to keep the game balanced. And that's the end of the update from Klei. Make sure you check out Klei's official forum link below in the description for the official release notes. Also, let me know in the comments what you guys think of the Bionic Booster pack. Are you excited to play the game in a different way, or is this something that you'll skip initially until the reviews for it start to come in? Then you start to see gameplay of how these bionic duplicants work, and it may persuade you to buy the DLC for yourself. Let me know, let's talk about it in the comments. And until next time, I'm Ethan, and I'll see you guys later.